Welcome back to another round table. I know we took a little break for a month, but we're back in action, and we have some really good topics coming up, especially the topic tonight. Tonight we're going to interview Apostle Robert Parker. So we have him with us tonight, and we're going to be interviewing and asking questions all month long. So if you have a question, make sure you contact us either on this post, comment, or DM us, and we'll answer.
So in other words, I'm just supposed to have all the answers. Is that what it is?
Probably. But if you don't, it's okay, because that's what we're here for.
So if they have a question and I don't know, I'm like, don't ask me. Like, I don't know. I'll give it my best shot.
Yeah. So let's get into it. So my first question, I thought would be good is just to walk us through your journey of salvation. Like, how did you give your life to Christ, and what did it mean to you?
Wow. Oh man. Pretty interesting. Actually, it started, I would say 3 days after my birthday. That's 3 days after my birthday, November 9th.
Mm-hmm.
My mom passed the 12th. So it actually started with her passing, and I'm still trying to find out. There was this secret meeting that took place.
Oh, goodness.
Right? And I don't know, still to this day, I don't know who all was in this meeting. So my siblings had this meeting. Of course, the older ones had this meeting. And I got voted to start driving our dad to church.
Oh, so they set you up.
Basically, yes. I don't know who was in this meeting still to this day. But yeah, they had a meeting and voted me to start driving them back and forth to church. And essentially, in the midst of me driving him back and forth to church, I'm in the back of the church, all the way in the back of the church, right? And I hear this voice 3 times. Today is your day. And I thought about it, pondered it, and I'm like, if I leave this church and get into an accident, I know I'm going straight to hell. So essentially I said, well, let me go up here and get saved. And that's what happened. So at the time, Pastor Karen, she was pastoring at the time. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I came up there, she said to me, you know the day your day, right? And I knew I was like checkmate at that point. Yeah. I'm like, I'm done. Because there is no way in the world, now I'm always in the back of church.
Yeah.
And I know what I heard. And I think my sister Barbara was sitting next to me, and I asked her, I said, Barbara, you say something? She said, I ain't say nothing. So I knew it was God. Yeah. So when I went up and accepted Christ, she said to me, she said, you know the day is your day, right? And at that point, I'm like, I checkmate. I said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, it was over.
So was that like your first encounter of hearing God? Like, how was that for you to hear something and not really, did you know what it was when you heard it? When you heard God?
Yeah. I mean, you got to figure, we grew up praying.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't even go outside on a Saturday afternoon because we had to have prayer, you know what I mean? So knowing, having a knowledge, the foreknowledge that I had from growing up in the house, having to pray, going to church every Sunday, and back then when we went to church, like you left at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you wouldn't come home till like 7.
Yeah.
So you was churching all day.
Yeah.
So I had a knowledge of the presence of God, from coming up, and I know the devil wouldn't tell me that it was my God.
Well, yeah, we know that. He probably said, "No, you can wait another day."
Yeah, because that's his job.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you don't need to get saved today. You got time. That's his job. But 3 times, I heard the voice of the Lord say, "Today is your day." And then when I came up and Pastor Kane confirmed it, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It was it. I was checkmate, right? Yeah, what else? Wasn't nothing else to do but just say yes. So that's basically how I got started.
So can you walk us through the process? Like, I know that you started as a deacon, mm-hmm. and you became an elder, I believe, and then you went on to apostleship. Can you walk us through that whole process? Like, what was that like for you?
Like, as a deacon, like, man. So, I had some good people. Like, I really had some good people when I started, when we got saved.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of took me under their wing. Like, my first job, I wasn't even a deacon, but Deacon Hollis, he said, "Brother, come on up here and hold this basket for me." And I felt like such an honor, like to hold an offering basket.
Yeah.
Like, my life literally changed.
Yeah.
Like, man, I got to hold, like, I felt really important.
Right.
I felt like somebody.
Yeah.
And from there, from that day, holding that offering basket, we might have been at a Bible study maybe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But from that moment on is when I started, my training started as far as being a deacon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got ordained a deacon, pastor got ordained a deaconess, and from that point on, man, we did everything together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I taught Sunday school, drove the church van, cleaned the church before service, after service, prepared the church for Friday night services, prepared the church for Wednesday night Bible study. So, you know, the role kind of became, I loved it.
Yeah.
And then from there, I transitioned to our former church that we left and became a minister there.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, still did the same thing. Outreach, nursing home, clean the church, cut the grass, pick people up for church.
Mm-hmm.
From there, as a minister, then I got ordained an elder. And then as an elder, I was still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Still doing the same thing, right? And then from there, I started pastoring. And then from pastoring to apostle. So that's pretty much how that happened.
So were you afraid, or not afraid, but were you ever like, am I built for this? Like, questioned it? Even like at each level that you went, because each level you went took you, you know, different places and higher. Were you ever like, well, I don't know if this is for me, or have you ever had that kind of moment?
I was fine as a deacon.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine as a minister. I was fine as an elder.
Mm-hmm.
The pastoring part kind of, I was like, yeah, I started kind of backpedaling a little bit.
Yeah.
I always knew that I was supposed to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew that. And I was okay until God started dealing with me about pastoring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I kind of like, yeah, I'm like, I'm good, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. And then it was so funny, I was working in corrections at the time too. And then even people at the church was like, started giving me books like, Brother Rob, the Lord laid this on my heart to give you this book. And I'm like, and I'm looking at the book, pastoral shit. What? Then the guys at my job, you know, when I was working in corrections at the half house, they was like, you got your own church, right? I wouldn't even answer them.
You just left them on red?
Yeah, I did. I really did. Because it was like, God started using people.
Other people, yeah.
And then I'm driving, and then I see a billboard like God is calling you.
Oh man!
And then
He's getting you from every corner and angle.
And then the radio, I listened to the radio. It's time to come higher now.
Oh,
and I'm like, so he was kind of like boxing me in, man.
Uh-huh.
And I remember Pastor went on a trip. I was working 3 to 11, and I was getting ready for work. And I'm telling you, it was like I felt like I was suffocating, like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I dropped to my knees and I said, yes. Stop it already, just yes. And I'm crying, giving God a yes. And once I did that, like, I just felt so light, like everything just lifted.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it was like, okay, so now what do I do?
Yeah.
So I heard we was in service, and I heard the Holy Spirit say, go east. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I know where east is.
Right.
Like, so now I'm like, you know, now I'm getting kind of funny with God, like, okay, east from where? East from the house, east from the church.
Like, you specific.
East, like, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I would drive a little bit. I know East was, you take 40 East, you're going to Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
So I would drive. I would get on Mays Landing Road and say I went East and turn around and come back home.
And that's it.
That's it. Then I would go a little further. I'm like, okay, I went East side, go back home.
Yeah.
And then then I heard the Holy Spirit, like about a month or two later, say, he specifically said Atlantic City. I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, I have no choice. Mm-hmm. So I literally drive now to Atlantic City and I'm looking around, going around. And then again in service, he says, go west. I'm like, west? So I researched west, and west literally means water.
Oh, wow.
So I said, so I'm riding around Bristol and I go west, water. I'm like, oh, this really is true.
Yeah.
So I go to Atlantic City and I go west, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And don't you know what these houses is out there was the Atlantic Ocean? I'm like,
that's crazy.
yeah, I'm like looking at the ocean like, God, like, yeah. I know you could do all things, but you literally gonna build a church out here in the water? Like, yeah. Seriously? I said, you know what? So I said, I'm done. I got so frustrated and mad, I'm tired. I said, I'm done. So instead of taking the expressway back home, mm-hmm. I take 40 back home, the Black Horse Pike.
Yeah.
So I stopped into this hotel. I said, well, let me check this hotel out before I leave out. And I go in and ask the lady about having services there. And she said, no, you might want to check the one up the street. I said, okay. I leave in there, I see the sign that says Atlantic City, I see Clarion Hotel, mm-hmm. Atlantic City West. I said, no way. I said, no way. No.
That is crazy.
No. So I go in, mm-hmm. and ask to speak to the manager or whatever. And I asked her, I said, listen, I said, I'm interested in, having services. Mm-hmm. She says to me, yeah, let me show you where you're going to be. My heart is like at this time, like pumping, like it's just beating. I'm scared now, like, yeah. Oh my God. And she said, yeah, let me show you where you're going to be. Where you going to be? Takes me in this room, like, yeah, this is where you're going to be. You're going to have services here. I'm like, are you kidding me? I never met this lady before, ever in my life. So, and then I was asking God about a start date. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, I was like, okay, what kept coming to me was October 1st, right? Mm-hmm. So she said, when do you want to start? I said, well, honestly, I don't know, but I was kind of thinking like October 1st. I did, and it's just the date that came to me. Yeah. So she said, well, let's look up the date. October 1st, 2006, on a Sunday.
And what day did you go? Like, what day did all this take place?
This took place like in September.
In September. So it was really like a month, 4 weeks. Here we go, first time in service.
So here's the deal. Mm-hmm. I retired from the halfway house in August. Uh-huh. So from August, and mind you, he had been dealing with me anyway. Yeah. Prior to me retiring. Tearing me up. So I retired in August. All this takes place in September. Mm-hmm. Start October 1st is our first service.
That's the definition of it. It's 29 and 11. If you really trust in his plan, it's all laid out. All we got to do is just say yes to it. Yeah. But yes is the hard part.
That's the hard part. But like everything was just like, so, I mean, he laid it all out. He laid it all out, and I couldn't deny it. Yeah. I couldn't deny it.
And I know you're probably was like, well, I don't have the singers, I don't have the musicians. No. But how did all that happen?
So everybody on the job knew I was starting to go pastor. Mm-hmm. And there was like, my friends like, Park, I'll get the mic stands for you. I'll get this for you. Uh-huh. I'll get that for you. What else you need? And it was like everything in my mind. I'm like, okay, I need everything to start a service. So I had a friend of mine that DJ. He said, Park, he said, go over there, tell him I sent you. I go over there. I said, hey, my friend sent me over. He said, yeah, he's a good guy. Pass him what you need. I'm like, I need everything. So I said, listen, I don't want to be coming back and forth every because I had to rent, of course, this stuff out. I said, I don't want to be coming back and forth every week. So he said, listen, we normally don't rent out brand new equipment, but for you, we'll do it.
Oh, wow.
So everything that I got to start my services was brand new.
Brand new.
So now, final detail. I'm at home in the office, and I'm like, man, okay, I got everything. Offering baskets, throw cloths. Like, we had to go, Pastor was like, well, I can go to Stay So Fro somewhere and get throw cloths, and she got the throw cloths. I'm like, man, I need offering baskets. Then we went to Michael's or somewhere over there, got offering baskets.
They sell offering baskets?
Well, we turn it into offering baskets, right? And then, so I'm sitting home, and I'm like, okay, I got everything. Then I'm like, oh my God. I said, I don't have a keyboard. Call up. I said, listen. And they was about to close at 6. So I get this epiphany that I don't have a keyboard like about 5:20. It's like, Pastor, can you make it over here about 6? I said, on my way. Get over there. And I said, well, how much is it to, so he had different keyboards and stuff like that. He said, well, we can get you this one. We can rent it out. And I said, well, how much do I have to put down? He said, look at $29. I'm going to tell you how exact God is. I had $29 exactly in my pocket.
That's cute.
My last $29. Mind you, that was on a Saturday. Service was on a Sunday. The next day, the very next day.
Yeah.
So I went over there with my last $29, which was the same exact amount that I needed to rent the keyboard. Yeah.
So you had no excuse. Everything was just there.
I had no excuse at all. None whatsoever. I mean, and the help that I got was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
That people were just helping, with mic stands and mics, and it was phenomenal. He literally made the way plain. Like, there was no hiccups, there was no confusion, there was no roadblocks. He made it as plain as can be.
That's amazing.
And for me, I think that was scary because there was no roadblocks.
Yeah, and you were probably looking for an excuse.
Yes.
But there was no excuses.
And there was none. And I'm like, oh my God, like, are you serious right now? And, Pastor was, she was like, this is what God is saying, and, this is what we got to do.
Yeah.
So she was 150%, supportive in that way. And, just like, and the closer it got, it was like the scarier it got. Oh my God.
I can only imagine.
And so, me, Pastor, Naisha, and Brianna, that was the church.
That was it.
That was the church, yeah. And then, and I think Angie and we call him Uncle Mickey. He said, to the pastor, like, we're going to go help Rob out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask nobody to come. Because, I didn't want to get into a situation like Abraham with Lot. Like he told Abraham to, leave your fathers out, and he takes Lot with him.
Right.
Then they get into an argument.
Yeah.
His husband, their husband got there fighting. I said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's what happened, yeah.
So after you had, the passion down pack and you're getting into it, it's like, bam, God called you to be an apostle. Now, how did you feel about that?
Oh my God. It was crazy because I had literally like nobody to talk to about it. And of course I had pastor, right?
Yeah.
But I was too scared to even say something to her. And I kind of kept it to myself. And so we had a week of prayer. We had a week of prayer. So I'm in my office. I'm praying. This is why I know Pastor was like, she's bad bad woman, right? She's bad, right? She's in there cooking.
Mm-hmm.
She's in there cooking. I think she's frying chicken or something. So I'm in the office and I'm praying. She leaves the kitchen. I might have been in the living room, I don't know. But I might have been in the living room because Mama Lane was still living with us at the time, so we had corporate prayer. So I'm over here praying. Mama Lane was over here praying. I think Nigel and Brown, I think they prayed and fell asleep. I don't know. She comes out of the kitchen. She lays hands on me and literally starts speaking in my life about being an apostle. And at that point, it was over. I just cried, boo-hooed, and I'm like, because I didn't say nothing to her. I was scared. I didn't want to say nothing to anybody because I'm like, no.
That can't be right.
And no. And she came, laid hands on me, confirmed what God was saying, and I'm like, all right, that was it.
Yeah.
So it was like each level or each calling or each office, it's like he always had a way of cornering me and boxing me in.
Yeah.
So that, like, it was like I couldn't deny it.
And for those that are watching that don't know the different offices in the ministry, can you just briefly explain what an apostle is, like the function of an apostle in the ministry?
Well, an apostle is one that's sent. So you got to figure, I was sent, literally sent from Burston to go east. And you got to figure we've been east for 19 years now. So an apostle is one that is sent to go build up churches and different things like that. And the funny part about it, I found out that my father pastored in the Pleasantville, Atlantic City area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, Gwen know everything.
Yeah. She got the whole history.
Gwen got the whole history. And then, so I found myself doing the same thing he was doing, helping other churches get established with their 501c3. Helping them with equipment, helping them get established. And that's what apostles do. They go out, they're sent out to help build and establish churches and help build churches up. Then, come to find out, when we came to Hamilton, she said, well, you know your dad used to pastor in Hamilton too. I said, huh? What?
What?
Really?
That's crazy.
Are you serious? She said, yeah. As a matter of fact, Gloria was born in Hamilton. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Fun fact. Yeah, so I'm literally following his footsteps.
Yeah.
And, you know, he passed, in 99, but I got a chance for 3 years to spend time with him. And he really, really helped me out as far as ministry, and I'm learning about ministry at that time. And I think I wasn't even a deacon then. I wasn't even a deacon then, but he was giving me all these tips about ministry and church and different things like that. And I started going to funerals when I was like 10.
So God was setting you up your whole life. You just didn't know it.
I just didn't know it. I had no idea.
You just did not know
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. But yeah, it's been a journey. Yeah, it's been a journey.
That sounds like a very incredible journey. Especially because, you never know with your yes where it takes you, but God does.
Yeah.
And even when you get over the hump of saying, you know what, no matter what, yes. And it's so crazy how he just makes the way. There's no excuses. He told you direction. He gave you the equipment.
Yeah, literally. I think that, for everybody, he doesn't tell you all the in between. He tells you the beginning, says nothing about the middle, right? He only tells you that, he has an expected end for you. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
But that should be enough for us.
It should be.
I think it's the emotion of it, the feeling what if failure comes in or something happens and it's well, how am I supposed to walk something out and not know the full plan? You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's why this walk is by faith.
Yes.
By faith, because I think that if he tells us everything that we're going to have to encounter and endure, no,
I don't think many of us will
no,
be like, okay, yeah, let's go.
no. Only Jesus can do that. Like, send me, I'll go type of deal. No, I'm good. No.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a journey.
Yeah, so he called you to pastor. He gave you the church. He gave you directions of where to go.
Yeah.
He gave you everything you needed. So my question, which will be our last question, is how did he give you the name for the church, Deeper Life Deliverance Ministries? What is the origin story of that?
Me and Pastor was at the bank, sitting in the drive-thru, and we were talking and said, hey, if you had a church, what would be the name of your church?
And this is before anything
Way
happened?
before.
Okay.
Way before. And probably 2 years before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 years before, probably longer. And we sitting in there, and we're sitting in the drive-thru. We just talking, and we just started coming up with different names. And out of nowhere, it was like, and we kept talking and coming up with different names.
Yeah.
Until it's like having a baby, right?
Yeah.
And you decided on what to name your child, and you come up with a name that feels right, sounds right, and so we came up with Deeper Life.
And it just stuck.
And it was like, yeah, Deeper Life. Yeah, Deeper Life Deliverance Ministries. Yeah, that's what's up. And that's how we came up with Deeper Life. We were sitting in the car. And like I said, this was probably 2 or 3 years before anything happened as far as passion is concerned. And that day, it was like, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it kind of fits us, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And that's how we got the name.
Definitely Deeper Life here. Oh, you gotta make sure you're ready, because once you sit down, that's it. You gotta go deeper every time, deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
So how do you feel with everything, that we talked about and just taking us through your process and your journey? How do you feel now that you're in this space when you said yes and you just look out and you see every life that had came in, have gone, that's still here? Like, how do you feel about everything?
I mean, of course you're going to have mixed emotions.
Yeah.
That's number one. You would hope that everybody that came, you would love for them to have still be here.
Yeah.
But the one thing that Pastor and I take from that is the fact that each individual that came along for the journey have taken a part of us with them. They've taken training with them. They've taken teaching with them. They've taken everything they learned from here. They took that with them. Right now, you always, as a leader, I can't speak for everybody, but as a leader, you always, to a degree, you always ask yourself, what can I do better? What can I do better? Especially when somebody leaves, what could I have done better? Because there's always still a level of accountability.
Yeah.
As an educator, as a teacher, you always want to make sure that your students are getting the best of what you have to offer. And so you're always going to have those mixed feelings, mixed emotions. You're going to be your own worst critic. You're going to, because you want to know that, because as a pastor too, you carry people in your heart, in your bosoms, and you literally give your life for your sheep.
Yeah.
You literally regardless of what you're going through, you're there. Regardless of what you're experiencing, you're there. Those emotions, you're always going to have mixed feelings. You're always going to have mixed emotions. And as a parent, from a parental perspective, even when your kids grow up and they leave, like, you're going to be on edge a little bit. Like, you're going to worry about them, And it's the same thing, with pastoring. You worry about the sheep that God gave you, and different things like that. And it's, every year, especially during anniversary time,
Yeah.
like you really get a lot of mixed emotions on anniversary time, right?
Yeah.
This is our 19th year.
Yeah.
19 years of pastoring. Like, oh my God, like, and every year around this time, you start thinking about when you started.
Yeah. How it was.
How it was when you started.
Mm-hmm.
You think about the transitions.
Mm-hmm.
You think about the journeys. You think about the people that was along for the journey.
Yeah.
You think about the people that are still here.
Mm-hmm.
You think about the people that have come and gone. You think about all of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, it can be bittersweet, but at the end of the day, I just really cherish those that are left,
Mm-hmm.
because again, we can't do it without you guys.
Yeah.
And that's why I think every year during anniversary time, we like to celebrate, you guys as well, because, we can't do this without you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's anniversary time now, and yeah, a lot of mixed emotions right
A
now.
lot of memories flowing in.
Oh my God.
Flooding
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, a lot of emotions, especially looking at old pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking at
It's my
pictures,
favorite.
the other day, and I mean, like the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They're teenagers. I'm like,
they're teenagers.
What happened?
Yeah, I remember when they were like babies, like
4.
babies,
They were like
babies.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and some of them was being carried, and
Mm-hmm.
now they're like teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like my goddaughter, our goddaughter, she's 18, she's 19 now.
And I can't believe that.
Yeah. And she was, when we started in a, she was just in the little carrier thing there, like just rocking back and forth. And
Yeah.
she was a baby.
Yeah.
She was a baby. And now it's like, oh my God, like these kids are grown now.
They are.
So, and just watching them, it's like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see how small they were,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're grown, like literally like
Yeah.
15, 16, 17.
Older
oh
than
my
me.
God. So it's neat because for a lot of you guys, you guys kind of grew up.
Yeah. I started when
They
I was
did it
12.
So you started when you were 12. So Jayon was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Jayon's 14 now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? So all these babies, they're not babies anymore. And it's like, oh my Lord. Like, so it's like, and you watch them develop, you watch them grow up. And it's like, I'm going to say ministry is like it's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to
Funny
get.
kid.
You never know what you're going to get, man. And you roll with it. You make memories, good, bad, indifferent. And I think that it definitely helps you grow.
Mm-hmm.
Helps you grow, helps you to mature, and it helps you to appreciate everything that comes with it. Our journey, oh my God, like starting off, we were in a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
right? Started off in a hotel. From the hotel, we went to Leeds Avenue. From Leeds Avenue to the college. From the college to here.
Was it the little church in Mays Landing? We were there for a little bit.
In Mays Landing? No. Let me see if I get this right. We were at the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
Clarion.
Mm-hmm.
From Clarion to Leeds Avenue. From Leeds Avenue to the college. From the college to here, back to the college. That's when we started working on here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because remember, during that time, we was visiting other churches.
Yeah.
So we was
I
in the
remember
wilderness
that.
for a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And then you have those experiences that literally, you know, test your faith, test your walk, you know, because it's easy to preach and teach something when you haven't experienced it. But I think just about everything we teach and preach, we pretty much experienced it. You know, so, and now we're here, and it's been 19 years. Yeah.
That's quite a journey.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's a lot of things that took place in between time. I think, where was we at? We were on the Black Horse Pike when I collapsed at the house.
Yeah.
And pastor brought me back, laid hands on me, brought me back. So you talk about the highs, the lows, the ups and downs of ministry. Like, you gotta really know that God has called you.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Because He doesn't tell you everything in the middle that you're gonna have to experience. So, collapsed at the house. She brought me back. Got to the hospital and they said call the family in, and there's nothing else we can do. That was the first embolism, and tore my meniscus that same night as well. So clots on both lungs, right knee swollen like a balloon, and so I spent 9 days in ICU and get out rehab. And we were working on the church on the Black Horse Pike. I would go down there and still try to do stuff. And I got yelled out quite a few times. I got yelled out quite a few times down there. But when God calls you to something, it's like you protect it. It's your baby. You know, and as a leader, like, you want to be right there beside your people. You know, and so we did that, and you know, was there for a year, and then had to leave there, and we found this place, and we've been here ever since. So
now it's ours.
Yes, now it's ours.
It's been ours for 5 years now. 2020, which is crazy to think about.
I think, you know, it's worth celebrating for real. Honestly, because when you got to figure when we came here, it didn't look like this.
No, I saw pictures and I was like,
it didn't look nothing like this. But everybody chipped in. Everybody had a hand in what it is now, whether they're former members or not. The time that they were here, they invested their time, their spirit, their health, their money. You know, so everybody, and it's like a journey. You're talking about this journey. God, He brings different people along the way, along the journey. They give you what you need for that moment. They help you for that moment. They help you for that time, and then, you know, the journey keeps going. Keeps going.
But I thank you so much for answering the call, and I thank Pastor for watching, for answering the call, because without you guys saying yes to the journey, none of us will be here. None of us will. So I just thank you and appreciate you both for everything that God has done for you, and just to trust Him in it. And I can't wait until next Friday to dig into some more stuff, because I just love hearing about the journeys and different things, because everyone has a calling, but it's like we don't talk about what it means to walk it out and how we feel through it. So I just thank you for taking the time to just tell us how all the scariness of it, or different things, and the different stories. I just appreciate it so much.
Absolutely.
So I thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, be sure to put it down below in the comment section or inboxes. In our inbox, and we will get back to you, and we'll have Apostle answer them to the best of his ability. If not, we'll have to circle back and answer at a different time. But we thank you guys for watching. You're always welcome to come on Sundays. This Sunday we have church, 11 a.m. And this is Deeper Life, so be ready. When you come in with an expectation, because God's going to dig in deep to get what He needs out of you. So we can't wait to see you next time. See ya.